So I recently made a short talking about getting out of your comfort zone. And instead of being someone that just talked about it, I went ahead and applied this principle. And I did so by attending a cumbia class that my friend invited me to. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was dodging it. I was telling him all these excuses of why I couldn't go. Reason being is because I had a vision of how all these things were going to play out, all these outcomes. And, just fear overall. Like, man, like, am I going to embarrass myself? Like, what if there's a lot of people? What if there's a lot of beautiful women? Like, am I gonna get too nervous? Like, am I gonna stay composed? I'm thinking of all these negative things. And guess what, guys? All those things that I thought was gonna happen didn't happen at all. It was a complete 360. When I got there, I was still having those thoughts for sure. But here's what I learned after the whole experience. I learned this. The first one's gonna be you're not the only one there feeling these emotions. There's other people there that are nervous, that are doubtful, that are fearful, and are having these same or similar thoughts to you. So that should give you comfort knowing that in reality, you're not the only one feeling these emotions. The next one is going to be it's okay to make mistakes, embrace mistakes. Mistakes are how we learn and how we're always going to learn. So don't be so afraid of making mistakes or feeling like you're the only one making mistakes because you're not. There's other people there that are making mistakes, and there's other people there that aren't doing as good as you or learning as fast as you. And that's not a knock on them or you if you're ever are that person where you're not learning fast and you're not picking up on things as fast. It's okay. What I'm essentially trying to say with those two lessons that I learned that you're not the only one, and it's okay to make mistakes. So embrace the mistakes and understand that you're not the only one thinking these thoughts, and you're not going to be the only one making these mistakes. The next thing I learned in this whole process, this whole process of going to the cumbia class is embrace the moment that you're in. Learn to just have fun. Let go of the, like the almost like crap, like I'm nervous, like what's going on. Learn to just be excited. Like, man, like I'm gonna go into this full speed. I don't care how many mistakes I make. I'm gonna have a blast. I'm gonna enjoy the people around me. I'm gonna learn so having a positive outlook, right? Like I'm gonna learn so much from this. I'm gonna crush this. I'm gonna be the best in the class. You know what I mean? Like having all these good thoughts, man. Whatever thoughts you want to have those good thoughts. And those are the thoughts I started transitioning once I was there. I said, you know what, I'm gonna do good, and I don't care if I make mistakes. I'm glad I make mistakes because once again, that's how I learn. That's how you're gonna learn is by making mistakes. I don't care, and if I feel like other people are judging me, I don't care either because I'm in my own little world, and shoot, I'm having a blast, and I love myself, man. So it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about me. And so yeah, guys, like it was honestly like a really great experience, man. And this was a catalyst of more of the reason as to why I myself am going to continue to do things that get me out of my comfort zone, things that I'm fearful of, things that I don't know, stepping into the unknown, because that's where you're going to grow the most. That's where you're going to learn all these lessons. And actually, guys, I forgot to mention the last thing I learned was the ability to adapt. And how I adapted was they were speaking the instructor was speaking nothing but Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so I told myself, okay, I'm not gonna be able to comprehend what he's saying, but I'm gonna be able to comprehend his movements. So that's what I was doing. I was, you know, analyzing the movements, analyzing other people's movements, constantly replaying that in my mind, practicing with my partner, and sure enough, I was learning and I was picking up pretty fast. So if you see one thing isn't working or it isn't in your favor, look at the other alternatives that can help you and that can be in your favor. So yeah, but anyways, going back to what I was saying, guys, like it was great. I encourage y'all to absolutely get out of your comfort zone because once again, how you think it's gonna turn out is not how it's gonna turn out at all. So if you really are curious to what's gonna happen in that moment when you're there, it's not going to be beforehand what you're thinking in your mind. It's going to be when you're there experiencing it in the moment. So if you really are curious about the outcome of whatever it is you're going after, you got to show up. Get out of your comfort zone.